Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Khong Driving. It's a sultry Friday morning, and the sky is actually very misty and cloudy. I think we'll see some mist along the way, but on the right there, I can see the sun starting to come out, so it's getting a bit brighter. It's about 7:25 in the morning. The clock there is wrong. And we are in the Kia Sportage, and this is my second time driving it. But today there's a bit of a dampener. Yes, it is wet. It is raining, or rather, the road is very wet. It has just stopped raining, so hopefully it won't slow us down too much. Yes, because we have all-wheel drive. We have a 1.6 liter turbo, and I've turned to sport mode. Release the handbrake, and here we go. Okay, so we have 177 horsepower and also 265 newton meters of torque. Drive is to all four wheels, yeah, and we have 7-speed DCT with paddle shifters. So as a family SUV, this car is quite interesting. In terms of size, this is a C segment SUV, yeah, with a wheelbase of 2755. It is it is actually a good size, and definitely is bigger than the Corolla Cross, longer, yeah, because of the wheelbase, and the overall length is 4640 mm, which makes it yes, C segment. The width is also 1.8 something, so it's quite wide, and we are using the paddle shifter to shift down, taking it easy. There's an oil tanker here. But we have the advantage of all-wheel drive, which gives us a bit more grip. Of course, we still have to slow down for the corners, yeah? Otherwise, you will get understeer or four-wheel drift. So you got to ease the power carefully. Nice. Actually, this car drives very well. It's almost car-like. Yeah, so for SUV, I think the suspension is quite well set up. Yeah, it's not harsh, but it's not soft either. So it's just firm enough to hold the wheel, or rather keep all the four wheels in place while we have good anti-roll bars to stop the rolling motion. So it feels overall very nice. And this is in the wet, remember the road is wet. And of course the four-wheel drive system is pretty nice. We're in fourth gear, down to third because there's a bike there, and of course there was a slight right-hander. Okay, we'll go past the bike, then we'll take the line through this chicane, which is a left-right. Does it quite well. Coming to the little roundabout, third gear, down to second, shifts down quite well. Of course, we are not going that fast, it's raining. Wet. Okay, there's a bike in front of us. Thank you. Just remember, guys, the road is wet. It is very wet. There's actually water standing on the road. So lines are very important, and you must try to minimize the sideways forces on the car. Taking it easy. So after the corner, you must release the steering very, very gradually. No sudden movements. Even turning in, you have to turn in, feed in the steering very, very gently. I must say the engine is quite responsive, and I know that the 1.6 liter is capable of more horsepower, but they kept it at 177. So I think this is to sort of like regulate the engine a bit, so that there is a balance between outright power and fuel consumption. Okay, this part is wet, and there's a car that just came out, and of course there are two cars in front of us other than the slow car in the front, and we have to slow down because this is what I call a moving chicane. One car on the left, one car on the right, and like that. Okay, so I see a little gap. Shift down with the pedal shifters. So the pedal shifters make the car a little bit more fun. And we have a right lane driver there. So we passed him on the left safely, of course. And here we go. And you have another car here sharing the road, and another car and a bike in front in the corner. So we have to slow down, and of course this is a very high speed right hand kink, and in the wet it can be a bit hairy, so you got to be careful and drive accordingly. Okay, so this is the second last corner of part 1, taking it easy in third gear. And finally we are at the roundabout. Nice. Okay, so I don't see oil temperature gauge. I don't see engine, what do you call it? Yes, there is an engine temperature. It's good. It is very, very good. So we're doing fine. We don't have the transmission temperature though. And so we'll just ease a bit. The cool weather does help the car, and we'll just have a drink of water before we go to stage 2. Okay, we had a friend behind, and we kind of lost him because he is in a rear-wheel drive car, and rear-wheel drive does not run very well on wet conditions like this. So we will cool the engine down. I think that's our friend at the back. Yep, that's him. Yes, all-wheel drive definitely has an advantage, and less power also is good, because then you don't get a lot of torque steer and a lot of wheel spin. So this helps to give the car better traction. And of course, all-wheel drive is the big difference. And even front-wheel drive is better than rear-wheel drive in the wet. Yeah, especially in wet conditions like this, the front-wheel drive does have a distinct advantage. Okay, so we are at the start of part 2, and here we go. So I'm going slow enough for it to shift down to second, because if you don't go slow enough, it won't shift down. Yeah. Okay, so that's third gear. Hold the line, yes. So I must say the all-wheel drive system really works very well on this car, man. Nice. Wow. Okay, there's a little hump here. Oh, it takes it quite well. Nice. So smooth steering movements, very important. Very nice grip. And yes, the gearbox shifts up by itself. Again, smooth steering movements. A bit of understeer here. Thank you. Nice. Oh. I love all-wheel drive. Nice. Woo. This car is fun. Yeah, just now there was a little bit of a four-wheel drift. Of course, we were not going fast lah, so it was all under control. Nice. Hey, this car can be fun, man. Woo. So easy to drive and so predictable. Okay, so that was the part 2. Wow, nice. Well, I think this is a very nice SUV lah. If you, let's say, need a car that's like a SUV, 5-seater, and you want a little bit of excitement in your life, this is also something you can consider lah. Okay, so this is the top of the range Kia all-wheel drive high, 4-cylinder 1.6 turbo all-wheel drive, yeah, and the on the road price is 190,000. Yeah, that's on the road without insurance. Yeah, well, prices are going up a little bit. I suppose at this price it becomes quite exclusive law, because for the same price there are many alternatives. So in so far as the car is concerned, I think it's lovely. Okay, 1.6 liter is affordable in terms of road tax, and the turbocharger gives you that extra torque that you want, and the 7-speed DCT is definitely superior to a CVT. Yeah, of course there are some very good CVTs and there are some CVTs, so you have to check out the cars and see which ones have a good CVT and which ones don't. But the DCT is for sure superior in terms of performance. And of course, creeping in the city traffic, the DCT has a bit of a disadvantage, and the sun is finally out. Okay, so overall I think the car is great. Yeah, and if you want an SUV that is C segment, this is something you can consider. All right, so it has all the boxes ticked. Yeah, of course in terms of ADAS, everything is there, including dynamic radar cruise control, and of course it's got the pedal shifters that brings it up, and quite a few driving modes. You have eco, you have normal, you have sport, and we are driving in sport just now. So everything is done at the turn of a lever, and once you have chosen what you want to do, everything else is on the pedal shifters here. So brakes, no problem. Quietness of the cabin, very good. So I think overall this makes a good car. All right, thanks very much for watching, and of course don't forget to like and subscribe. And there's one more thing I need to talk about. You know, down there at the bottom, you can, where you have a share button, next to it I think there is a thank you button, thanks button. Yes, you can buy me a cup of coffee if you like this video, and this money will come to help me pay for my teh tarik down the hill. Yeah, so if you like my video, please do send me a cup of coffee. Thanks very much, and bye bye.